The Parks and Recreation Committee. With me are Commissioner Ben Olszewski, also Nicholas Skoll, Katie Collar, Director of Parks and Recreation. So we'll do a roll call. I think we all know who's here. So I'd like to make an announcement. The Woodlawn Park Development Meeting will be held on May 12th, 2025 with Sarah Leeper from Simone Collins Landscape Architecture. Are there any public comments? Non-agenda items only. And can I have an approval of the minutes for March 17, 2024? Anyone have any objection?
I'm in favor.
Approve them? Okay.
Yep, no comment.
All right, they're approved. Okay, acceptance and approval of the following monthly reports. Okay, Mrs. Collar, please present your information.
Thank you, Commissioner. Just want to highlight a few things. As you know, we strive to offer organized programs that are affordable, safe, educational, and enjoyable. So some highlights from March. I was able to submit an application to DCNR for a non-motorized trail grant to help fund the Pico Powerline Trail project. And with that, we were approved to apply for the design-only grant. So we had to get pre-approval for that in order to actually apply for the grant. I attended session 2 and session 3 of a grant series of grant workshops. I also held a park attendant orientation that we implemented new this year, just to get all of our park attendants on board. We developed staff manuals. We had them come out for 2 hours of training on site to answer questions and get them prepared for their duties. Our projects that are coming up on the horizon, as you just announced, we are going to have a meeting with Simone Collins for the updated design concept for Woodlawn Park that will be held on May 12th here at the Township Building at 7 p.m. I did send a letter to the neighbors of the park to invite them to attend. I invite anybody with an interest in Woodlawn Park to attend that meeting. And again, that is on May 12th. It's Monday at 7 p.m. We are still waiting on SEPTA to draft the memorandum of understanding and present it to the township. This has been several months. We have been checking in with them. No movement for Veterans Memorial Park project. The Farmstead Springhouse restoration, we received approval from the Board of Commissioners. So I did contact Mark B. Thompson Associates to ask them to begin drafting the plans for that Springhouse restoration. We are starting to think about the, I'm going to say this probably incorrectly, semi-quincentennial, I think it was right, celebration, which is the 250th birthday of the nation in 2026. So starting to put the word out, hopefully to develop committees to have a big shindig here in Willow Grove. And also, highlighting our parks department. Our maintenance crew is heavily involved in our parks projects, and they respond quickly to assignments. So our maintenance foreman has what he calls a 24-hour response time, which I'm proud of. We did complete renovations at Masons Mill Park of the old storage shed. We completely resided that. We fixed the floors, so now it is secure. We can store equipment in there safely and securely. And then our special events that are coming up on the recreation side. The Shade Tree Committee here at Upper Moreland, we developed what we call the Shade Tree Information Collaboration, where we invited neighboring municipalities' shade tree committees or commissions to an event. We did offer light refreshments, so we got a pretty good attendance, like 20 people, and we just discussed shade tree issues. That was held at Abington Library on March 25th. We had about, I want to say 8 municipalities represented with 20 people. This Saturday at Masons Mill Park, the Environmental Advisory Council of Upper Moreland will be holding Earth Day celebration, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. There's a lot to do. Bring the kids out. Again, Masons Mill Park, and see what we have going on for that event. And finally, our Habitat Heroes. So this is a series of events we've developed to host in our parks to engage the community that is close to those parks and introduce them to some of the unique amenities that each park has. Habitat Heroes for May will be held at Pileggi Park, where we will be highlighting Bird Town, USA, and we have an Eagle Scout who is constructing bluebird houses this weekend, and we will have them available for decorating, for families to come decorate at this Habitat Heroes event, and our crew will then install those at various parks in hopes to invite those families to come check out their birdhouses. And finally, our summer programs. We did open our summer camp registration on Monday, March 24th at 9 a.m. Many of those supervised playground program sites were full by 9:05. We have about 375 youngsters in this program. And, we do our best to accommodate families, but again, we need to remember that we want to offer safe, affordable, and quality programs. So we are moving wait lists, and, as families' plans may change and they may drop off, we'll add wait lists and do what we can to accommodate as many community families as we can. And finally, the last page of your report, there's a photo of Alan Sentman and Commissioner Skoll at the annual Parks and Recreation, PA Parks and Recreation Society Conference, where Alan Sentman was presented the 2025 Community Champion. So congratulations once again to him. I'd be happy to answer any questions that gentlemen may have.
Any questions? How's everything going with the painting of the basketball court at, I forget the name, I'm sorry.
It's Fair Oaks, and, no, I'm sorry, it's Fern Village. And I did send you the quote that we received, which was substantially higher than we had imagined. I reached out to Horsham Friday. The township manager responded back to me with the contact person who I reached out to today. So I don't have information yet, but we're looking into it.
Great.
We want to paint the courts with color, or investigate the cost of painting the courts with different colors, preferably, we said yellow and purple, I think, because we have resurfaced the basketball court at.
Right now, there's nothing right now.
Right now, there's no lines, yeah, so.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all the work you've been doing. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, and next we have the Library Committee report.
Good evening. My name is Anthony Gianetti. I live on Terwood Road in Ward 6. And I'm here to represent the library this evening. First, a thank you. I wouldn't be here talking about the library if it wasn't for the generosity of the township. So thank you very much. Everyone comes up with numbers, and I'm going to try to wow you with some numbers from our last report from the executive director. Last year, the township residents saved over $2.2 million in lending fees by getting books from the library. We had almost 38,000 visits to the library where they attended different educational programs and seminars. We had 203,000 people borrow books in 2024. And the most important one that I could see for the township commissioners is we added 208 hours of service. So because of the budget, we were able to increase the hours again, so more people can come to the library at different times. The only thing I want to talk about real briefly is something that, it came up at a board meeting, and it surprised me, and I've been on the board for 3 years, and that's e-lending. I always thought, well, because I read books. I don't do any e-books, and I don't know if the members of the committee read e-books, but e-books are kind of unique in that they're very expensive. You basically you sign a contract for per month or per use, and it's generally like 24 uses or 24 months. So after 24 months, that book goes away. And so if you take it out and we have to renew it twice, and it takes you 6 weeks to read the book, we've used 2 of those 24. So obviously the expenses have gone way up because ebooks are very popular. Every year we're using them more and more. So it makes the budget even tighter because we have to account, we want to serve our customers, our patrons, and so it does become an issue. Having been on the finance committee this year, we're going to try creative ways to make it more representative that the people that use the ebooks are serviced. But just, it shocked me because I thought, oh, we saved money. It's an ebook. You're not buying a book. Wrong. It's the exact opposite. Had no idea. So again, but the most important thing that I want to get across is thank you. Without your help, without the commissioners that come to our meetings, it really is important. And so everything you have done, you can see the fruition in the library. If you go in, we have a great library, and it's because of our staff, our executive director, but it's also because of the commissioners. You believe in us, so we're going to continue that work. So I'll answer any questions that you guys have, but.
Well, I use Kindle.
Yeah, same thing, yeah.
Okay, but I buy the book and I keep it.
Right.
It's not, I understand it's on their server, but it's mine.
Right.
Why can't the library do that?
I brought backup.
Good evening, Commissioners. Kathy Gilmore Clough, Executive Director at the library. Commissioner Skull, that is a great question. The book vendors refuse to let libraries have the same agreement for ebooks that a consumer does have. So while you can buy the book for $9.99, it stays on your Kindle. Presumably, I do want you to be aware that Amazon has updated their agreement, so they can potentially take that item away from you. But yeah, libraries just don't have that kind of same availability because the publishers aren't willing to sell us that one copy and let us loan it out multiple times.
I get it.
That's a good point. We have to abide by the rules, and unfortunately, we don't make the rules.
It's like what happened with music.
Yeah,
The same
exactly.
thing, yeah.
So, but again, thank you guys. If there's any other questions?
I don't have any questions.
Good, thank you, Tom.
Thank you again.
Thank you very much. And let's see here. I think that's it. I think we're adjourned. Nothing else happening, so. Okay. Great. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.